Kampala is a mess. There are a lot of people, you are looked at all the time or called at Muzungu. There are so many things happening at the same time, but I'm attracted by that busy life.
I was pretty shocked when I first arrived because there's really not much you can do here. But I've grown really fond of this place.
I found Severodonetsk super charming with this simplicity and with his babushka and the people.
Living in such a big hub, having to move between three different organizations which are not totally close to each other has led me to a lot of rides by bodas. For me the ride is part of the work, I really enjoy it. But I have to confess that sometimes it's been a bit tiring, to have to travel 1 hour sometimes. And the jam is really a problem sometimes in Kampala. So that involves a lot of organization, of time planning, which not always work.
We don't have running water, so that's one particularity of living in a village in Kenya. And when we don't have electricity, like right now, we have the gas stove. I would say that the most difficult is water, because it's really something that you have to kind of get used to, going to fetch the water in the garden, in the tank. Tank number 1 and tank number 2. Using it for the bathroom, using it for the shower. Yeah. That's really something that is a bit harder to get used to, but eventually you get used to anything, really.
No, of course life is different here, so I do different things, especially when it comes to social activities. You don't have cinema options, there are not many restaurants you can go to. Their main meals are basically fufu or tized or banku, which are rice balls or balls made out of yam, and you eat them with your fingers. And in the beginning it was strange for me to eat like that, but now I really like it. I go running in the morning. They always find that very funny when they see me exercising for fun.
It seems that the local people, they really don't want to say no, especially to white people. So sometimes they say yes, even if the correct answer wouldn't be yes. But it makes it on one side more challenging, and it brings you also to speak even more with the local people, because you have to expand on that. So that yes, how much is it yes, or how much is it actually closer to no?
The best part for me is working directly with the women. I really enjoy going into the workshop, and I sit there and I spend hours just talking to them, getting to know about their lives and their families. And now we're at a certain level that they share their problems with me as well, and we can joke about different things. I've really enjoyed.
The people I work with all come from different backgrounds. They get along so well. I don't know if it's because of the things they do here and because they were all super motivated when they came in, but I've never seen a team that went all so well. This woman I met at the airport, she lives in Kiev, and we started talking a bit, and I told her that I was a volunteer working in Severodonetsk, and she was like, but is there war there? Is it safe to get out? So this is Kiev. We arrived at the airport in Kiev, and then Severodonetsk is here, right here. You totally forget that you live 35 kilometers from the conflict zone, because here you can't hear any gunshots. But I've seen a lot of villages that are completely abandoned. I mean, the streets are not being really taken care of, so it's very hard to access. And yeah, you remember that the situation is not perfectly normal at all.
I think it's really great to be deployed with other people, because what you're going through is actually quite hard to explain to your family, to your friends. You know, there are some days that are more difficult than others, and then it gets a little lonely. And the fact of having someone that knows exactly what you're going through is so beneficial. I had the luck to come to Kenya with someone who is now extremely important to me, and who is now more than just another volunteer, and it's actually one of my close friends.